Hey, welcome everybody. This is our second podcast of 2021. We've had one heck of a month, and we're gonna talk a little bit about that. And then, of course, we've got some broadband updates coming, and we'll kind of chat about some other things that are going on. But I think the ice storm is kind of first and foremost in everybody's mind still, at least here. And we're joined by lineman Jimbo Killebrew and Drew Swan, who this is their first ice storm. But full disclosure, my first ice storm, and Brian, your first ice storm.
Yes.
So it was kind of a new experience for all of us. But so, Brian, what did you see coming out of all this?
The big takeaway once you step back is the membership of Four County appreciates the lineman and what you do. Four County's got a good name, and we're going to strive to maintain that name. The biggest part hit early that week on a Sunday night, Monday. We got everybody back on Tuesday, and then we got hit again Wednesday. We didn't get everybody back on until Sunday. I thought people would be less patient with us than they were. So I think a testament to you, John, on the social media work you're doing, allowing people the opportunity to see our guys working, to get constant updates on what we're doing. I think when the membership hears that we're working, they know the guys are out before daylight, not coming back in until after dark. I think it gives them that peace of mind when their lights aren't on very fast, that we are working, we're doing what we said we would do, we're coming, we're doing everything we can do to get your lights back on. One of the guys said it great, I think it was Robert Poole, we want your lights back on just as bad as you want them on, so be patient. So thank y'all for being here today, thank y'all for the work that you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Jimbo, Drew, what did y'all see first time out there? You know, this is your first time working. What was your big takeaway from being out in those conditions?
I worked hurricanes, tornadoes, and ice storms a lot different. One of the big things to me was the driving conditions. It's totally different. Everything's slowed down. You got to be on your P's and Q's when you're driving. And pine trees and ice don't mix. They sag and it tears the wire down.
Yeah, I second that. I mean, the driving was one of the probably worst things as far as, you know, getting to where you had to go to as hurricanes and tornadoes. I mean, yeah, there's debris in the road, but once you clear the debris, you're done then. And with the ice, it ain't like it. It stuck around and it just kept sticking around. And like you said, the pine trees, them suckers, they'll snap in a heartbeat when they get that amount of weight on them. And but in the cold, dealing with that cold, most of the time when hurricanes and tornadoes come through, you got decent weather conditions after the storm's over with, you know, and that's not the case with the ice storm. It was pretty bad cold out there, and you can only do so much when your hands are freezing.
It's a lot colder up that pole than it is on the ground.
Yes, sir.
No doubt.
Yes, sir.
We had a friend of mine donate some toe warmers for our boots, and those came in handy, especially when your feet are wet.
That's good. You talked about driving. One thing I'd like to point out is remind the membership to be careful of our trucks and equipment when we're out like this.
Exactly.
We know a lot of people want to get out and look and sight see and see what the snow and the ice is like, but our big trucks, our pole trailers, they're not as agile as a small car. Please be patient. Please watch out for our equipment. Sometimes you have to park and block most of the road to get to a pole. Be safe when you're out there and be aware of our guys.
That's right. And another thing that we should be real proud of is we worked all that storm in those conditions very safely. Nobody got hurt. Everybody came home at the end of the day. And as Drew said, those are tough conditions to be in. You guys are fairly new to the business. I mean, especially compared to some of the guys that we have here. Talk a little bit about the culture of safety, how it's emphasized out there with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not safe, we're not going to get the job done pretty much. I mean, you do everything you can to protect yourself, and that comes first. Getting the lights on, that's the only thing that comes before getting the lights on is protecting yourself, to me, because if we're not there, the lights are going to stay out.
Yeah, if the thing at the end of the day, you want to go home just like you got there. And I mean, those safety rules are there for a reason, and we go by them every day. And I mean, I hope everybody here does.
Amen.
But I want to reiterate on the members. I mean, they were top notch to us the
Oh, yeah.
whole time. We didn't have anybody that was out of the way. Everybody was thanking us. They brought food, drinks, just anything they could do to help us out, and that means a lot. It really does.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Which is great, especially because a lot of folks were without power for a day or
Yes,
two or more,
that's right.
and under really tough conditions. Y'all talked about that. It's cold, and when you don't have power for 3 days, and you don't have heat, and you got a family that you're trying to take care of, that's a miserable situation. And for folks to be as good about it as they were speaks a lot to you guys and the job that you do on a general basis. Because they're spoiled to some extent, because we're very good about
Oh, yeah.
our restoration, and our system is in great shape.
That's
right?
right.
So a lot of the stuff that they would ordinarily, they're not used to outages, and they're especially not used to outages that last as long as they did. And we appreciate the patience that they all showed, and the support that they gave us, because we saw it from all of the folks that brought food, like you said, the stores that helped us out,
Yes.
folks like Jeffrey Simmons, who came back and cooked for the guys who down in Noxubee County to make sure they got recognized, and just the countless men and women who come out and chainsaw down a tree or clean out some debris or do something to make our jobs easier. We thank every single one of you. It's a team effort, from
It
the
is.
members
right.
to the linemen to everybody who supports them. And it was I was impressed at how we did for our first ice storm that I've been here.
And I'd like to say, from my behalf and the board's behalf and the membership, thank you and the rest of the staff for the work that y'all did. You're greatly appreciated. I don't know if it's a testament to where we live in our part of the country, but people came out of the woodworks to show thank you, as you talked about.
Oh, yeah.
We appreciate the work that y'all do, and thank you very much.
That's right. We
Yeah,
couldn't
we
do it.
thank y'all.
Well, we
Yeah.
couldn't do it without you guys, and y'all are a great representation of the next generation of Fort County. And one day we'll step aside, and you guys are going to be the ones that are out here doing this stuff. And I think we're going to be in great hands.
I want to say this too. I think y'all know it, but if you don't, y'all are above average. This job is not for the average guy or gal. It takes a special person to be out in these elements. And what people may not realize is that all of us are leaving our families, our spouses, our children at home. Some of them don't have power to go out for multiple days at a time and restore power to people that don't have power.
That's right.
So think about that when you see these guys out in the field.
That's right.
Now, I want to tell Brian and John, I appreciate y'all, what y'all did for us. I know you stayed here a few nights and had us breakfast ready when we got here in the mornings, and it means a lot. We appreciate it.
Well, we're going to keep you fed, brother.
That's
I like
right.
It's going to be hard to get work done on your stomach.
it. We'll keep you full, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, we figure y'all work it off, though,
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it means a lot when you got a CEO that's the first here and the last to leave. It
Yeah.
really does.
Thank
And
y'all.
we appreciate it.
Well, I love y'all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Love you too.
All right. Well, that's enough ice storm, I think, for today.
Amen.
We're
Maybe
glad
it's
we
enough
made it
for
through.
a decade.
That's right. Let's just
I'm
hope
with you
that's
there.
the only one that we ever see, right? We'd
yeah.
rather go help other folks
Yes, sir.
than deal with it here. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back to talk about broadband and a few other things.
All right.
All right.
Our members overwhelmingly say that 4 County Electric Power is a name they can always trust. That trust isn't something you can buy. It has to be earned. With respect, dependability, sincerity, honesty, integrity, and service. We say thank you to the men and women of 4 County who earn our members' trust each and every day. We are proud of them and proud to serve our member owners.
Okay, we're back. And Brian, I think you wanted to give some thanks to somebody that we inadvertently left out last
Yes, I'm very remiss in the fact that we did our ice storm segment, and I did not thank our sister co-op, Tom Bigby Electric. They sent multiple linemen, multiple vehicles down here to help us, and one reason we restored power to our members as fast as we did is because of the help of Tom Bigby Electric. So thank you, gentlemen, for coming to help us.
And while we're kind of on that topic, we still know that cold weather's around. The last few days have been really cold. Bills are going to be high. We talked about that last time. It's an unfortunate side effect of this time of year. People are using a lot more power because it's cold, and bills are going to be up, and that's tough.
I'm glad you pointed that out. You know, we've had several days this week, parts of last week. It's nice and sunny. It was actually hot Saturday and Sunday. Wake up this morning, there's ice on the truck. It's 32 degrees, 33 degrees again. We're going to have a short-term memory, I'm afraid, and we're going to get into nice weather and forget that the power bills we receive are 2-3 weeks in the past for the billing. So high bills are coming.
That's right. And
Potentially.
we do have ways to work on those. We have arrangements that can be made for most folks. We have alternate forms of payment.
That's right.
That people can take advantage of. So we want to try to, and there, are community action agencies out there like Prairie Opportunity that can help folks in certain situations pay their bills. So help is out there, and we'll work with you as much as we can.
I want everybody to understand too that we didn't change rates during this time frame. So there's no taking advantage of people when they're consuming large amounts of electricity. We know we're typically a winter peaking system. Obviously you're running your heat mower. The best thing to do is work with John and his crew and have an energy audit done on your house if you feel like you need one, and manage your thermostat. So if you have a high bill, it's going to be directly associated with your usage and not because we changed anything on the rate side.
That's right. And then most of the people who call and believe that, they tell us, well, my bill's really high and I haven't done anything. Well, and that's exactly right. You haven't done anything, but the weather has gone from 50 degrees to sub 30 degrees. And so your heater is running like a fool just to keep up with what's going on. Heat pumps are not efficient at that time. They're using a lot of strip heat, which is very expensive.
I don't think mine shut off at all.
It didn't. In fact, we were running strip heat again last night because my condenser's out right now, so I got to get that worked on. But those are the kind of things that can add to your bill.
Yeah, and look, we're blessed too because part of the TVA Valley, we get our power from TVA. We didn't see rolling blackouts like some other parts of the country did. So kudos to TVA for having a good system to provide wholesale power to our area.
That's right. And then one other thing while we're talking about cold weather and ice storms and everything else, make sure, folks, that we have your updated information, your phone numbers, your email addresses. That is one of the best ways that we can contact you. And for those of you who need to report outages, the phone number is the best way to do that. If your current phone number isn't in our system, we can't tie you when you call in to your address, and it slows down the restoration process. And sometimes you might even be missed if we can't tie you to a.
It's a great point, John, because so many of our accounts have been members for a long time, decades, and the phone number on their account is not the most current phone number.
That's right.
So if you're not aware of it, when you call into our system to report an outage, it recognizes your phone number and associates that with your address that's on your account. So please reach out to us and make sure we have your most up-to-date phone number associated with your account. It will help us restore power quicker to your area.
That's right. And one of the ways that we make sure that we're doing the job that we do is through surveys of our membership, just blind random surveys. And right now, a lot of that is done online. So if you want to take part in those surveys, we need to have your email address.
Yes.
An email is just an easy way for us to communicate with folks as well, just to make sure that you're not missing information that you need to get from us. So if you have that stuff, you can go online and update your account. You can call into the 800 number and update your account with one of our wonderful customer service representatives.
Yes, they do a great job.
Take 5 minutes tops, and then you'll be good to go. So if you think about that and you get the chance, please do it next time you're in touch with us.
And it'd be a good time, too, to say, if you haven't already done it, if you're interested in receiving broadband from Fastnet, please go to the website, the number 4cfastnet.com. Click on check availability. You can put in your address. It'll tell you if service is available or not. And it also helps us log who's interested in receiving internet service from 4 County Fastnet.
That's right. And I will say that so the mapping system is using Google Maps, and sometimes Google Maps doesn't recognize a valid address, and it'll tell you that your address is not found. Don't worry, you're in our system. Go ahead and shoot us an email, and we'll make sure that we know that you're interested. And of course, if we have your service address, which we do, in our system, we will reach out to you when service is close to being available, and we'll let you know, and we'll get you hooked up because we won't miss you, I promise.
Good, we're coming.
That's right. And speaking of broadband and speaking of coming, why don't you update us on where we are in the progress?
So currently we have 160 members receiving internet service, rave reviews, all positive. People love the service. They can't believe how fast it is.
Yep.
Again, a lot like the electric side, if your power's out, we want your power to be on just as bad as you want it. We want to provide this service to you just as bad as you want to receive it. We do have multiple contractors building mainline fiber in our areas right now in the initial CARES area. We are a little over 70% done with the initial construction of the CARES. So very shortly in the near future, we will start serving people outside of the CARES area.
Yeah, and I know people are going to be very excited because there are some that are on one side of the street and they're eligible, and some are on the other side of that same street and they're not eligible. And those ones that aren't eligible are a little frustrated.
Yes,
I get that.
I would be too.
But they'll be next.
Yes,
because
we're
we've got the
coming.
infrastructure there, and like Brian said, we want you to take service. So
Amen.
as soon as we're able to hook you up, we're going to get you. The ice storm put us back a little bit
It
because
did.
we just couldn't work for a week.
Yep.
Under those conditions. But we're hitting it hard right now, and
We are.
We'll catch back up, and we're really excited about this, and we're really moving forward quickly. The board is very behind what we're doing and supportive of everything. The employees are very supportive of what we're
Yes.
doing. As Brian said, the folks that have the service are very excited. So just, we're coming, and
I
we
am.
can't wait for you to get
We are.
FastNet.
I'm impressed at this team, John, all the employees at Fort County, the board, myself, at how fast we've learned about the internet. Remember, we just started construction in October. So we built approximately 400 miles of fiber since October, hooked up 160 people, built a good team to deliver FastNet. I think we've done a lot in a very short amount of time, John.
We absolutely have, and there's a lot of people that we lean on for that, who have that sort of that base knowledge.
Yes.
And that's of course David Kilpatrick and his IT crew, and David is our technical director, and we appreciate everything he does. But he's taken one for the team because he's lost one of his key members to has moved over to the broadband side a little bit, or at least is kind of overseeing construction. So we've leaned heavily on IT and David and his folks, and it's a testament to their knowledge and experience already that we've been able to do what we're doing. So thank you to you and your crew. Anything else you want to
No,
talk about?
I just want to praise the staff and the board at Fort County Electric and Fort County FastNet for the work they do. We have a great team. We're here to serve you.
All right, yeah. Let us know if you've got any comments, questions, or concerns. And as always, we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next month.
Have a good day.